Hey, welcome back, everybody. Sarcasm Speaks, Jared and Bob here. Bob, fresh off well, not fresh off a plane, but kind of. Um, I made the joke, oh, no tan, but I mean, I guess you did get a little sun.
Got
But
some.
so, so lay it on me, right? How was the second greatest state in the country?
Well, Naples
Depending
is
on how you
probably
ask.
it's probably the Detroit of Florida, if we're being honest. So I know nothing. I knew nothing about Naples going into this, right?
Yep.
I know it's West Coast. I know it's South. That's what I knew. Um, Turns out there's quite a bit of money in this place.
Oh yeah.
There's a house worth $300 million in Naples.
Yeah. No, 100%. Did I
It has it has 24 bathrooms.
Good. That's like you can use a different bathroom every day of the
And
month,
I'm hoping that
almost.
the Instagram post was wrong because it said 6 beds, 24 baths. And I'm like,
That's just
one of those numbers is not right.
that doesn't make any sense to me.
Unless it's 6 guest villas,
Yeah.
each with 3 bathrooms, and the main house has 6 bathrooms,
Right. Right.
in which case, all right, yeah, I guess. Um, no, I don't even know what the fuck that is. But yeah, I mean, I saw an Instagram thing. It was like, it's like the most expensive houses in Naples. Fucking cuckoo. Even to
Did
the
I tell you
point.
about that or no? Did I forget?
No,
Did I not
I,
bring that
I
up?
saw it on Instagram.
No, 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 no. I mean just like Naples in general.
Oh no, I have no idea. I knew nothing about this place.
Because I had a my buddy now that I met through work that now works for the other company that shall remain nameless. Um, he went to Naples for work like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago before he left to go to this other job. And he was saying it's nuts because the bank that he works for now opened a financial, no, I'm sorry, a wealth center down there to manage people's wealth.
Fucking
And
crazy.
he was saying like the cheapest cars around there are like Audis. So like if you drive an Audi, you're poor. It's
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Fifth Ave is the main drag. It's effectively like Newberry Street.
yeah, I think that's kind of the area where the wealth center opened up
I
too.
assume it was because that's like downtown.
Yeah.
And yes, I think we saw a Ferrari,
Yep.
uh, Bentley, Rolls Royce, like cars that you just don't really ever actually see in Massachusetts because it would be stupid to have most of these cars in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen there was someone in Medford that had a Ferrari. I don't know if you remember
Fucking stupid.
over by Alfredo's. No, not
Oh
Alfredo's, Ronnie's.
yeah, well,
Uh,
Alfredo's
like
is across the street.
May
Oh yeah,
Ling's. Yeah,
yeah,
May
yeah.
Ling's. Like what was that called? It's
What?
not that's not Magoon Square, but what was that? What was Haynes
Oh,
Square? Is that
I
what that
I
was called?
think so. Dude, it's Salem Street. Like
Yeah, yeah. So there
I'm
was a
not. It
house right
doesn't
on the
have a
corner of
fucking. It
Salem
doesn't have a
Street
fucking name.
that had an orange Ferrari always
Yeah,
parked in the driveway. And
stupid,
it's like, why, dude? You live in Medford.
stupid, so dumb.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, like, kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
And like, we were even out on the boat one at a couple points. It's like this house is like $20 million, 25. It's like holy shit. Um, so yeah, I mean, no expectations, whatever. uh, Before I get to some of the highlights, main takeaways, it's a very residential place, though. I don't think I would recommend it if you were a tourist not visiting a resident or someone who owns.
Is everything like a community?
There's a ton
Because
of
that's a
communities.
big Florida thing. That's what I picked up on when I went to Jacksonville was everything is like its own like community, not necessarily like a gated community, but like
Yeah.
one way in, not one way in and maybe the other way in is like on the whole other side. Like everything's like it's like a community type of thing,
Yeah, I
a
think
quasi gated community.
so the places I went to in Naples wasn't exactly like that, but there is a lot of that. And there is a lot of gated. So it's like, if you're a member at this whatever golf club or whatever country club, like you go in through a gate, your house is behind this gate, and you're a member of this golf course that no one else can get on. Like
Right.
there's many of that in
Right.
the area. So there's 109 golf courses, 83 are private in Naples.
That's good.
That
That's
leaves
a
26 publics.
it's a
And I
good
think that
average.
includes par threes and executives. So that's what I was saying. So what I was saying when I'm like, oh, like the golf is crazy expensive. There also isn't a lot of it that's public because
Right.
everything is very residential down there. Like
Right.
in the area that they're in, whoever developed it, like some family developed it like way back. They gated off and built around a stretch of private beach that the residents of that area all have a card to. That's it. No one else can get on.
That's pretty sick.
Um, but I feel like a lot of it's like that. Like like a lot of people have slips like at their residence or at their club. Like
Yeah.
there's no like I mean I'm sure there is, but it's not like this massive like general marina that you can go to, or
Right.
like there's a marina here and a marina there and a marina there. Like there's 7 that you could join. No, I think
Yeah.
like there seems to be a massive focus on like the residential offerings. Because
Yeah.
it's also, and it's like it's not easy to get around. Now that could be the Florida thing, like just everything seems to just take so motherfucking long. Like what the fuck?
Everything's a highway.
Oh, the lights are forever. It's like
Yeah.
nothing is fucking easy here. Like god damn. Or they're all highways, but they're all like fake highways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking A. So, um, what should we do? Should we do a couple of highlights? I ended up playing golf
Would you play?
and played at Hibiscus, which is
Plant.
a it is a plant, a flower. I would describe the course as obviously it's public, so I was able to play it. Um, it almost seems like they want to be like around here you would call it like a premier daily fee course. So
Yeah.
like when you pull up to Pine Hills, like someone grabs your bag, they load the cart. Oh, can I get you anything? Like
Yeah. Like
water's in the car. Like
Saratoga.
yeah, like what like it's similar to that. Cause like again, you pull up in the bag drop. Oh, can I get that for you? What time are you playing at? Um, load it up. It's like you go inside, like the restaurant is an actual, like real restaurant, a real bar area, like a
Right.
place that if we had planned it, I could have said, pick me up. We're getting lunch here. See you at whatever time.
Right.
And like it would have been good for everybody. Um, the golf course itself, so I've never played another course in Florida. It definitely didn't seem like it was good, but like it didn't seem like overly crazy good. Now again, I'm trying to temper my expectations because from all I know about Florida is everything's flat and there's water hazards everywhere. Now
Yep.
there was water everywhere. There was a couple up and down, not again, like just the greens were built up.
Right.
I guess they also did a big renovation on their greens, and I knew this going into it. So yeah, the greens were like slow, bumpy, inconsistent. Some were hard, some were soft. So it's like it kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
I picked it off of convenience, knowing that someone was going to have to drop me off and pick me up.
Right.
Uh, so I wasn't really trying to like drive out like 20 miles to get
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
a different place.
Yeah. Garcon.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, hey, do you want to eat up 45 minutes each way? Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Um, so like, yeah, I mean, it was definitely good to get out there. One kid years ago told me uh that the Florida wind is different. It's like Midwest snow.
Yeah, yeah. Wind is different out
It
there.
snows different. Um, when we play in Massachusetts, dead into the wind, usually noticeable, right?
Yeah.
Usually the ball doesn't go as far, whatever. Um, Sometimes if it's really windy, like a crosswind, like, yeah, okay, the ball's gonna like move over this way. This wind moved fucking everything into, behind me, left, right, like
Yeah.
crazy. And the way he described it years ago, and I don't know, I don't think this is correct. Like, I don't think this is meteorologically accurate. He goes, oh, well, all the humidity in the air in Florida, it holds the ball up in the air longer. So it's like if you hit into a cross breeze, it's going to move the ball way more. So when I come up here and play in Massachusetts, it's hard to adjust back to the wind because I'm expecting the wind to move the ball more and it just doesn't.
Um, Probably has nothing to do with the humidity. Because holding the ball in the air, that's gravity. That's not humidity. Even if the air is 100% saturated with humidity, gravity is still negative 9.8 meters per second. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Nope.
Um,
Holds the ball in the air more.
yeah. I mean, it most likely I would say probably affects spin, right? Because the more dense the air is, the more friction there's going to be, right?
Which would then, so if that makes it spin more, then yes, you are going to theoretically, like not scientifically, hold the ball in the air more because it's going to spin up there longer. But then that also means it's going to spin offline or back at you, or it's going to take
Correct.
it way off going downwind.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, because even like the downwind shots, like when we play downwind up here, I don't give it anything.
Yeah.
I give it zero. And I was getting like 20 yards on wedge shots.
Yeah. I think some of that too probably has to do with the fact that it's pretty flat in Florida. And oh yeah, there's ocean on both sides. And like, you know what I mean? Just like from a general like the wind pattern, right? I don't know how wide Florida is, but it's probably not more than like 200 miles wide.
Naples to Miami's like 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes. And it's almost straight across.
Yeah.
Now that's a very narrow part. It is wider as you like start approaching Orlando.
Well, yeah, I mean, as you go further, once you get to the panhandle, yeah, you're looking at,
Yeah, no, we're not talking about
Mississippi
that.
to
You got to
fucking
talk about the
Georgia.
dick. You
Obviously,
got to
that's
talk about the
wide.
dick piece.
Yeah, the dick piece isn't that wide.
No,
Florida's not known for its girth, you know?
no,
I don't even know how I would, can I Google Florida dimensions?
no. You
What are
probably
the
want
dimensions of Florida?
widest mileage. That's probably something you're looking for.
How wide is Florida? Let's check that. Worldatlas.com. It's 1,300 miles long. So that's from root to tip.
Did we
It's
ask
it's
width?
um how wide is Florida? 160 miles wide.
No, which means it's even less at most points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's nothing crazy, dude. Like,
So
I
yeah,
mean,
I would imagine only being 160 miles wide, being very flat, and also being surrounded by ocean on both sides probably is what's going to give you the wind.
yeah. But again, it's like so. I noticed it. I noticed that it was different. Like
Well, now we know the wind is different in Florida.
the wind is
The
different in
snow's
Florida.
different in the
The snow
Midwest.
is different in the Midwest. The wind is different in Florida. At least as it pertains to a golf ball
But
flying
you know
through
what? Thank God we have seasons in New England
it.
because
Yeah,
you
I don't
can't
think the
get those
people in
anywhere
Naples. I
else.
don't think the people in Naples understand that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it must be nice to be, 77 degrees in February, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, it
How's
was
yeah,
terrible. It
yeah.
was awful, dude.
People are probably so mad they don't get
Dude, I
seasons down there.
yeah, I mean, like you're not supposed to get a sunburn in February.
Yeah, no, that's awful.
That's
No,
wrong. It
no.
snows in February. That's what it does.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean you don't own a snow shovel?
Yeah, we got 6 feet of snow outside. That's what it does up here. It snows in
Yeah.
February.
Yeah, it looks beautiful too. I love every
Yeah.
second of it. So picturesque. I love looking outside, seeing all the snow everywhere.
Yeah. Um now with that, obviously they had the massive hurricane last year. So
Yeah. I mean,
hey, the wind's different. Um so it's funny, Joe was pointing out of the pool that there's a dent on the handles of the deep end, the ladder where you get in and out, and it's like right across. And he goes, "Oh, you know what that dent's from?" Like, no, obviously, I've never seen this place before. He goes, "See that white boat down there?" It's like, "Yep." That boat was in this pool during the hurricane.
that's pretty good.
So yeah, that hurricane. That yeah, that again, like so when the wind blows different, it could be a hurricane.
Yeah.
Um the other thing though is the old people. That is for sure as advertised.
Oh yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
million fucking old people, and fuck, are they slow?
It's America's nursing home. That's is Florida.
So fucking slow. Dude, the funeral home. So I think there's a chain of funeral homes down there. I think it's Fuller.
It's like fucking Dunkin' Donuts is up
I
here.
think so. I saw like two or three Fullers, and I don't think it was from. If it's three, it's probably two of them that I saw twice. I know for a fact I saw two in different areas, and it's like Fuller Funeral Home and cremation services. It's like there's no way that they have enough land to
Yeah.
bury every fucking old person that dies down here. No fucking way.
Well, I would imagine most places in Florida is also like New Orleans because most of Florida is below sea level, which probably also has to do with the wind. Um, but you can't probably bury people underground in case there's a
Probably
flood.
not in a hurricane.
Yeah, like imagine a hurricane and a flood that just literally wipes out fucking a cemetery.
Well, dude, some of these people in that building that they're in, they were like, "Oh yeah, we heard the hurricane came. We didn't come down. We just figured like it's all gone. We'll just figure it out later. We'll just stay home." But like, yeah, I mean, some of these units like first fucking 5 feet of water,
Yeah.
fucking crazy. Like, dude, that's gonna yeah, bodies are going away with that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I wonder what they do because even like a mausoleum, like if because again it's below sea level, like
theoretically, a mausoleum shouldn't go anywhere.
well, no,
No,
but it's
if
going to get
something
flooded.
hits it,
It could
well,
get flooded, or if something hits it, true,
if
right?
something
Like
hits it, it'll break. But yeah, but if a mausoleum floods, like what really happens?
some gross ass chemicals are going to get leaked into the water.
Florida.
Formaldehyde.
It's Florida.
Yeah, no, it's true. Probably clean the water.
um, I also wouldn't be surprised if there was like something crazy, like if you want a burial, no problem, but you must meet like these 45 criteria.
Yeah.
You want
Yeah.
a cremation, no problem. We'll take everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
um, so at the golf course, get matched up with three people. Um, two guys, one of them their sons. This son must have been in his fucking 50s. So it's like we're not talking like a kid. Of course, where are they all from?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, JP and Melrose.
Oh,
Um,
fantastic.
so
The Dirty Rose.
of course. Uh, and we're on like the first tee. First of all, they're late, obviously. Starters looking for us. And I'm like, I don't. He goes, who are you playing with? I go, I don't know, dude. I'm a
Yeah.
fucking. I go, I
I'm a
booked this one.
single. Yeah.
I go, some guy named Kevin over there. I think I don't know. I don't even know if that's his name. Could have been fucking Steve. I have no clue. And then so we're like on the tee, like at the time. And then it's like, wait, only three of you guys paid. He goes, I forgot. Walks up to the clubhouse, forgot his wallet.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And like the other two guys are like, yeah, he's probably just doing this to see if you'd catch him. And I'm like, why the fuck? Like, why?
Yeah.
This is all easily trackable.
Yeah.
So he finally gets it figured out, finally gets all paid up. Comes back down, and it's like the whole time, it's just like, oh man, just old people stuff. Just old people stuff. I've played all the publics in Naples. Okay.
Okay, cool. There's
Well, this is
12
my
of
first
them.
time here. I've never played here. It's like you've said you've played them all.
Yeah.
It's not that many. What are you talking about? And he also told me, and I didn't ask any follow up questions because I don't care. I'm not getting into it. He's like, oh yeah. He goes, I have a spot at this place. I'm like, I don't know what that is. So credit to yourself, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, it has a private golf course, but for 3 months of the year, he rents out the unit. Still lives in Naples. Don't know how that works. Don't really care to figure out why. And then he can't play the private course while he rents out his place. So he's got to play public for 3 months a year. And I'm like, you're old. Why are you doing this?
Yeah. What is the purpose of this?
Now, again, I don't know, like, because you could be getting almost your entire year's worth of fees, dues, all that crap by renting it out for the 3 months. So you get your free rolling for 9.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, again, it's just like for the amount that these houses cost down there, everyone is so fucking cheap. Because all they talk about is fucking money. So we were out to dinner at one of the places, not really downtown, and decent place. Like this, not like it wasn't a cheap dinner. And Joe goes, oh, look over at that table, split the bill 3 ways. He goes, obviously. And then he goes, you notice what's going on over there? You know, when you get your check at a restaurant, the little foldy thing, whatever that is, the holder,
Yeah. Like the check holder.
they're backlit
Oh
at this
God.
restaurant
Oh
because the old
God.
people can't fucking see the receipt. So there's three fucking lights illuminating from this table of three women who've got their reading glasses on trying to fucking do the math on, I
Oh
guess,
my
I
God.
assume 20%. They were fucking backlit.
Oh man, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. It's America's retirement home.
Oh, God. So, yeah, I mean, otherwise, good trip. Uh, the real snafu in the whole ordeal was Michaela, her sister, and myself going down there was sort of one of those things like, hey, we're going to close on the unit on the 1st. Do you want to fly down and meet us? And I go, okay, let me figure out if I got work covered. And they go, no problem. We'll just book you a flight through the company credit card rewards points. And if you can't get it covered, we'll just change it, cancel it, take the credit back, whatever.
Yeah, because it's just points. It's no big
Right. It's just
deal. Yeah.
points. And
Yeah.
it's company.
Right.
No one's looking to piss it away, but also no one's personally like handling this.
Right.
You go, okay, that's cool. Michaela's mentioned that a million times. She goes, the company might have points if you need it. Like she's offered that up a few times, whatever. So we used them. So we our flight was Friday. So I'm talking to one of my clients Thursday. She goes, "Are you like one of those like 2 hours early people?" I go, "Yep." And it's a 7:20 flight. We were there by 5:30. I'm like, "Yes, I am." And she goes, "Oh, well, you probably want to do that tomorrow. It's the first." I go, "What the fuck does that mean?" She goes, "Well, March is a popular month and the first is when all the vacation rentals start." I go, "Motherfucker." We flew Delta, get to the Delta terminal. I have never seen this many fucking people
Oh, Jesus Christ.
ever. So I got my golf bag and I'm the only one who has to check one. So I go over to like the Delta because generally you would go to the little self kiosk, print your tag, loop, swoop, and pull, like good to go.
Yeah.
Woman goes, she goes, "You got the bag?" I go, "Yep." She goes, "Come through here. That thing's oversized. We'll get you out of the way." I go, "Whatever you say, lady." So I get in the ropes, no tag, nothing. They do it for me at the thing and good to go, no problem. So then I'm like, fuck. I go, I'm really not trying to cause an incident in the security line. So I just get in. Michaela's like, "I'm up by this spot. Come up here." I go, whatever, fuck it, I don't care. So I like, I don't know, jump 25 people, 30 people, but not even in the ropes yet.
Right.
Like we're outside the ropes. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
1 hour to get
Holy shit.
through security. So from arrival to get through in my put my did I have to take shoes off? I don't think I had to take shoes off, but to put my phone and my wallet back in my pockets from the conveyor belt of security,
Yeah.
an hour.
Wow.
And then never mind, boarding usually starts what, 40 minutes
Yeah,
before
usually ish.
departure. Waited like 20 minutes in the terminal. So if you are planning on flying on the first, I don't know if it's a March thing. I don't know if it's a winter thing.
Yeah.
You might want to fly the day before because this was fucking insane. And if you're not a 2 hour person, definitely don't fly on the first,
Yeah, it's
at least of
weird.
March.
It's weird that it would be busy here, right? Because you would imagine March, I mean, it's obviously still really fucking cold here, but you would imagine March would be the time people would be coming back, right? Like I bet a
No,
lot of people leave
a lot of people
like
go
either
down.
December 1st or like Christmas, like the day after Christmas, New Year's, right?
You'd be surprised, dude. A lot of people go for March and April
Oh, really? Hmm.
because it still sucks here.
Right.
It's hot enough. So you got to remember, this is people who rent, who aren't,
Right. Yeah, they're not
they're not
snowbirds. They're
owning.
not, yeah, they don't split their
Because
time.
people who own, they don't give a shit.
Right.
People who rent, you don't want to go in January. It could theoretically still be cold,
Right.
which this year was. They were
Right.
like, they had 40s. So, like, you go in March because it doesn't quite, it like 80 plus or minus. I think we did touch 80. So the weather's still really good, but it's not oppressively hot yet. Now,
Right.
the end of April, yes, it is. So that's why March is like a really popular month. Um, and her parents have been doing this for years, and that's what they said. Um, so 2 hours early, fine. The interesting thing about our boarding passes upon check-in, your seats will be assigned at the gate.
Oh, that's always fun. That's
It's
fucking
like,
fantastic.
okay. So go through, get to the gate, and I'm like, "Yep, I just need to I go, "Yep, see the sign at the gate." He goes, "Yep, all set." I go, "Okay, cool, thanks." But because we were the same booking, I was actually looking at her sister's boarding pass. I had to go back up and be like, "Hey man, you didn't actually give me a seat." He goes, "What is it?" He goes, "Is it three of you?" I was like, "Yep." No problem. Last row, three across. Good. And it's like, if you're going to be back there, you may as well get the last row because you just rip that seat back and you're fucking golden.
Yeah.
So we get to Fort Myers Airport yesterday.
Oh, dude, did you say hi to the Red Sox?
Yes, sure did. So we get to Fort Myers. There was a delay in a gate change, but not until like we hadn't left yet. We had plenty of notice. So we get there and we don't take an hour to enter and get through security. It takes, whatever would be
Yeah, a half
a
hour.
very average time.
Yeah.
So we're there early and no one's even like at the gate yet. So someone like kind of shows up. Michaela goes up. She goes, no, not yet. We can't do the seats yet. And she heard someone on the phone. She goes, yeah, we're like 40 feet away from the gate. Like, what is this? It's a Southwest gate. So they've got like the lines and the markers like we saw.
Yeah.
So they put this Delta flight at the Southwest gate. And now the people are like a little fucked up for it. Okay. Playing stupid. Julia goes up. Oh, seats? Oh, no, not yet. Okay. Then they come over the top and go, oh, yeah, now we're looking for volunteers. This flight is actually overbooked. And we're looking for like 2, maybe 3 people to take a different flight. Okay. And I
Would that
think
happen to be the two, maybe three people that don't
I'm
have the seats
fairly certain
inside?
the 3 of us, not all 3 of us are getting on this flight.
Yeah.
Fairly like that's what the 3 of us kind of thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
And her sister pulled up the standby list and it looked like one of the 3 of us was number 5 and it looked like there was 5 seats. It's like one of us might be getting home today. So we're like, okay. And I'm like, I fucking hate this. I hate this so fucking much.
Yep.
I go, usually I'm an anxious person until I get through security. Yeah, that's out the window when I don't have a fucking seat assignment. So her and her sister, they're talking to each other and they go, why don't we go up? We'll take the bump if he gets on. Because they were offering up like $800, like in a gift card of your choosing, whether that's
Yeah.
Visa or Amazon, whatever. So they go up and they're talking to the person and being like, you know, if you get him on that flight, and honestly, the only thing is, it's just easier for me logistically with work to just fucking get home.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot more going on there. It's
Yeah.
literally you and one other person that own the gym. I mean, no, you have two employees,
Right.
but still, like,
Well, we have 4 keys for 5 people. So like this is
yeah,
this is the
yeah.
little it's little stuff.
Right.
This is the
Right.
little stuff that comes up.
Right.
And then one of our employees, I don't know if she went to the emergency room, but she may be dealing with a
Oh
norovirus.
yeah, norovirus. That's a thing.
That's the one.
Did she go on a cruise?
No, I don't know what the hell she was doing, but I wasn't here, so I don't know. I don't know the details.
Right.
I just was told she ain't coming today. Okay. Now I was
Yeah.
already in the continental Massachusetts, but
Right.
um, so they go up, and some guy he goes, I know you guys can go up to 2 grand. So if you want to up that offer, like maybe we can talk. It's like, oh, okay, guy.
Yeah, this guy's flown before.
Yeah. And everyone has their stories, right? Like I was telling this story this morning, and one of my clients was like, he goes, I was flying to Salt Lake City. He goes, I was meeting my son, so I was not giving up my seat. Like I was flying there to help him with God knows what. And I think his son lives in Oregon. So I don't know if there was a connection. I don't know what the fucking
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
He goes, the only time I've ever seen them come out and go, $1,200 cash for 4 of you, money in hand. And he goes, that got taken care of. He goes,
Yeah.
that's the most I've ever seen. He goes, 1,200, 1,400, something like that.
Yeah.
And he goes, cash, not a gift card, not a
Right.
rebate. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, if I wasn't meeting so I could be fudging the details, but it makes for a better story. So they effectively were like, listen, we're not going to negotiate with you. Get him on. We'll take the next one, whatever it is, just figure it out. And they go, okay, deal. Like, fine. So they got their gift cards, whatever. And the flight yesterday at 12:30 after the delay. Oh yeah, the next flight will be tomorrow at 6:10 p.m.
Jesus Christ.
So,
Well, at least their parents have a house there.
well, so that's the thing. So, is it ideal? No.
uh,
Are they lucky enough to work a job where it is easy enough to say, hey, my flight got like, I got
right.
bumped from the flight. I
Right.
cannot actually get home today. I
Yeah.
will not be in tomorrow.
Well, it helps they know the owner too. They have a guy.
Right. They know a guy. But either way, it's like you could. But here's the thing: you have that ability, no matter
Right.
how unfortunate it is or who it pisses off.
Right.
Like, hey, I'm fucking. I couldn't be any further south right now in the country.
Right. Yeah, without leaving the
Without
country.
leaving the country, I couldn't be any more south right now, and at an airport. That's not possible. Miami, maybe. Uh, like I fully intended on being back. I cannot be there. It's like, okay, well, then you're not here. Like, that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, for me, I'm like, fuck. Now I need to get this guy a key. I got to cancel with these two people. And hopefully I have an early enough flight so that I can actually get to work for the fucking afternoon. Because
Right.
never mind, Chris's daughter didn't have school today because it's a fucking election
Oh
day
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and my employee's out. So I fucking kind of had to be there today.
Right, right. Let alone you wouldn't have gotten in until like now, like right now.
Right. So they go up and they're like, so I get my boarding pass. I have a seat in the window, which is what I prefer. So I'm like, okay, I'm going home. I don't know what my fucking logistics are. And Michaela just pulls up the app and she goes, nope, not doing that. She goes, I will just pay for a fucking JetBlue flight tomorrow morning. Like, we'll go back. Um, like they waited because if people didn't show, they could have gotten on the flight. I
Right.
think one person gave up because I know I was in the back and they go, 32C is available. Someone came in and after everyone was already seated and that dude got home too.
Yeah.
But they Ubered back, flew JetBlue this morning at like 8 a.m. and they were here. So yeah. I think I'll be sticking with JetBlue and kind of handling this.
Dude, Delta is the best airline in the country.
I
Remember we talked about
so we
that?
did talk about this, and I said
Yeah.
this to someone's like, "Oh, really, Delta?" I go, yeah. Here's the thing. I go, if you ever like actually look at any of those rankings, two things. Number one, for all the times that Delta is the best, some fucking person will sit there. No, Delta's the worst. That's by far the worst airline. I'd rather fly Spirit.
Right. Right.
It's the same thing. Like, oh yeah, no, I'd take Frontier at fucking every day than fly
Too,
Delta
wasn't
again.
it? Wasn't Delta like 47th in the world or something like it's the number one ranked, it's the highest ranked in the United States,
Yeah, it's
but it's
bad.
like 47th in the world.
I don't remember what it was in the world, but I do remember its ranking was like a fucking 72, 77. It's a
Yeah.
fucking C.
Yeah. Yeah.
C work is the best we can do in this country.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think I've only taken Delta. I want to say I've taken it 5 times. One out of the 5 flights was not delayed. All four
Yeah.
other ones were because we got delayed in New Orleans. I got delayed Fort Myers. I did not get delayed on the way down. And then when we flew with the layovers in in
From
Nashville,
Tennessee. Yeah. Yeah.
I believe both of those flights got delayed.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, like once you're on the plane, it's fine,
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
But
Until you go to taxi and then they turn you around because something broke with
thank
the
God that
plane.
didn't happen. Thank God. And the
That happened to
other,
you, right? No, that happened to
it's probably
Michaela, right? Because it happened
that
to
was
me.
weather.
So
It
so
was
oh,
weather for
okay.
her.
So it happened to me and Amy on our honeymoon when we were in Vegas. We were supposed to fly from Vegas to Hawaii, like that was our layover, and we were on the plane for like 45 minutes. We taxied out to the thing, and then they turned us around and brought us back because the defroster was broken on the fucking windshield of the plane.
Yeah, Michaela couldn't get out of Baltimore because of weather. And that was also what like the day or whatever that someone got killed at the White. I got struck by lightning at the White House, whatever.
Oh yeah.
It was that day. Yeah, she had a weather issue and couldn't get home. So I did tell her, I'm like, you're starting to gather some serious war stories from the airports,
Yeah.
which is just
And it's
lovely.
not even like she travels a lot,
No, I
like
mean
a couple
like a
times a
few,
year,
yeah, a
right?
few
Like,
times a year.
yeah,
Like she's not
yeah,
like a once a month for work type person,
right,
or
right.
I've taken 30 flights this year. Like,
Yeah,
no, she takes, I don't know, 3 to 5, 3 to 6.
right, right.
When was BWI? That was 2022. Wonder how many flights she even took in 2023. Might not have had enough, might not have had enough opportunities.
Yeah, I don't think I took any flights in 2023. I don't think I went
Hmm.
anywhere. Um, is that true? Did we go? No, because was there a wedding last year?
Just Jones's like reception
Jones's.
or whatever.
Yeah, but that was
Yeah,
up
I mean,
here.
I flew to Charleston and Pebble.
Yeah, I don't think I flew anywhere last year because Amy was pregnant for
Yeah,
quite literally 2/3 or three fourths, right? Nine. What is 9/12? What is that? Right,
three
three
fourths.
fourths. That for 3/4 of the year she was pregnant,
Yeah.
and then for the other fourth of the year we had a infant.
Newborn.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm flying a lot this year. I think I only took 2 last year though. That sounds right. But I think I'm JetBlue and then Italian Airways or whatever
yeah.
the rest of the
Oh no,
way.
we went to Orlando last year. That's right. Amy was like a month pregnant.
Oh,
We didn't
yeah,
even tell
okay.
any, like we hadn't even told anybody yet that she was pregnant.
Yeah.
We went to Orlando in January. That's right. I remember that. And we left early because she was extremely sick. We left a day early. I mean, we were supposed to leave. I think it was like Sunday at like 9 a.m. We had a flight and we ended up leaving like Saturday at like 7 p.m. So like effectively
Yeah,
it's
12
it
hours.
it's not that big of a deal because we'd be asleep for most of that time in between. But it was one of those where it was like, yep, okay, we're ready to go.
Yep.
So yeah,
Well, yeah, so
just once.
so I got back, my clubs got back, the girls got back today.
Yeah.
So
Good
not
old
ideal, but
Delta.
not ideal, but it worked. Well, that's the thing is like I don't know what fucking like I don't know where my anger needs to be directed towards because I don't know what company credit card it is. Like it could be fucking Amex, could be Capital One, could be anything. I don't even know what mine is. My company card, whatever. Um, Chase. We have a Chase card. Um, so I don't know if it's their rewards booking or if it's Delta's reception
Yeah.
of the rewards booking because when they booked, her cousin did it and she goes, I was there and he picked seats.
Right.
And she's like, and we couldn't get seat. We didn't have all three in a row. So she's like, we had to bounce,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
She goes, we picked the seats. And then when
Yeah.
we were talking to her father, and he's like, wait, what happened? She's like, I don't know. He goes, didn't we pick seats? She goes, yeah. She goes, I saw him pick the seats.
Right.
So something doesn't work in the communication between them.
And it happens all the time, right? And it's a regular occurrence for airlines to overbook flights.
I've always wondered
And it's like,
when
how is that okay, right? Like your business, right? Like, how is that just something that's just accepted, right? Like
impossible.
if you're a business that sells fucking, I don't even know, books, right? Like I'm just looking, like there's a book on my desk right in front of me. You sell books, right? You have 100 books in your fucking storage to sell. You can't sell 103 of them and then ask three people to like take an
Not
IO
take the
take an
flight.
IOU basically.
Yeah.
Like, but that happens all the time with airlines. Like it's an accepted practice.
Uh, and it's like, what do you do about it?
Yeah.
It's almost like the fucking Red Sox because the fans are still going to go to the games, they're still going to watch the games. He owns both,
Right.
and I'm
Right.
like, the only way to go is you can't watch and you can't go. You have
Right.
to follow other ways, follow on Twitter, whatever.
Right.
The only way for these airlines to change their ways are for people to not fly.
Yeah, which is
But people aren't going to give up their precious vacation, or people from Massachusetts aren't going to find alternate ways to Florida. It's too fucking far.
right. Or,
Like,
people that travel for work, right? Like,
right,
are you going to tell your job no?
right,
I don't
right.
believe in the airlines booking practices,
Or
so
it's
I'm not
like, or
flying.
yeah, or if you go, like, like say you work for whatever company, it doesn't matter. And they go, all right, well, we're going to put you on a flight. It goes, wait a minute, which airline? It goes,
Yeah.
it don't fucking matter. We will, if we're booking the flight, you
Yeah.
will fucking get on the flight. We tell you.
Right. Right.
Sorry, I don't fly Delta. And they go, okay, cool. So our Amex Delta Sky Miles says otherwise. Yes, you do.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, but I always used to sit there because as a relative, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I'm not like a well traveled person. I've only been flying again for 7 years. No, I've flown moderately frequently in the last 7 years. Like, I think it was once in 17, once in 18, fuck, it was only once in nine. Okay, I am not, I'm not a well seasoned traveler. I took like, I think it was like, I think what fucked me up is I took like 3 flights in
Yeah,
2022. I took
20
two last year and I think I got
whatever
four.
year it was when everyone got married, we had all
20,
kinds of flights because we
four,
flew to Austin,
Nashville
Nashville,
and New Orleans.
New Orleans. Yeah.
I think I got four this year. Um, I think I also get fucking tripped up because like I also have like alternative plans in my head for like shit I was gonna do and I just
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
Um, but I always sat there and I mostly fly JetBlue. I have the credit card now, but I think I've taken at least a round trip on Delta, Southwest, and American. I don't think I've taken another airline. What else is there? United. I've never flown United.
American.
I did
We
say
flew
American.
American.
I did say American.
Okay.
I've never flown Spirit, Frontier, Alaska, like any of the cheap ones.
Yeah.
Breeze, nope.
Yeah. That's dumb.
Yeah, I think that's it. Again, not that I'm missing many here.
I feel like there's four though: Southwest, JetBlue, American,
Delta,
Delta, United. Okay, so five. There's
5.
five.
Yeah, so I've
Okay.
flown 4 out of 5 of those, and none of the cheaper ones, and nothing that's like uh super specific. Like I haven't flown Hawaiian, or
Yeah.
when I fly to Italy, yes, that'll be Italian, whatever it is, ITA. But like I generally book directly through the airline. I generally pick a seat. Southwest is a different story, but hey,
Yeah.
here we are. Knew that going into it. And then I used to sit at the gate and wonder, what the fuck do you mean if you haven't been assigned a seat? Please come to the gate and get your seat assignment.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean? And how the fuck is that possible?
Right. Right.
And then like, obviously, I'm like, overbooked. Like, the fuck do you mean overbooked? Well, now I get it. Between rewards redemptions, either through a credit card or through another rewards system, or if you book your flights through Expedia or one of the other travel companies, no fucking thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Just book directly with the fucking airline.
Book directly. And it's like, I know like someone probably has Nerd Wallet fucking like memorized regarding like, no, actually, if you get this Capital One card, that
Yeah.
one's the best.
Yeah.
That's the best one. You want that one.
Yeah.
Well, Capital One's not associated with anything specifically. Now, Michaela did use her Capital One. I think she got me a flight one time, and I'm sure she's booked it for herself too. And generally, you pick a seat or you get one assigned, and good to go. This was the first time I ever had an issue.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always something with an airline, right? It's
No,
always something.
it's never fucking easy.
Yeah.
Although I guess to be fair, I mean there were a million people there, but the flight down was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I've done. I don't know. Is it 50-50 seems strong? Because it's like I know delays are annoying, but ultimately they're usually fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's usually not bad. Usually it's like
Half
20 to
hour.
45 minutes,
And
right?
usually
Like,
all they're doing is waiting for the plane to show up.
yeah. Yeah. And I mean, a lot of times it's a cascade. You know what I think? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think the way around it potentially, and there's no way to control this, right? Because you might have to just go somewhere that you need to go. But a way to minimize issues would be find two cities that have the constant back and forth, right? So, for example, Boston and Orlando. I know for a fact that there are flight crews that start at Boston at like 4 a.m. They take their 5:15 flight to Orlando. They land. Everyone deboards the plane. People come on, clean it. They go maybe grab breakfast somewhere. And, you know, then they get back on the plane and fly. Same crew, same plane, Orlando to Boston at like 9:20, right? They fly back, they land at like 11:45. They deplane, they do the shit. They hop back on the plane at like 1 o'clock. They fly from 1:30. It's the same plane, the same crew. They just do the route all day long, right? That's their shift. They may fly back and forth like 3 or 4 times in a day. Like that is something that like I would imagine would have less issues because it's the same crew, it's the same plane.
Yeah.
They're making round trips,
Well,
right? That's what they do.
that was the that was Fort Myers. So our delay was because that plane was late leaving Boston.
Right.
It was a half hour. Again, I can live with a half hour.
Yeah, it's fine.
That was the same issue with New Orleans. We got delayed half hour, 45 minutes, something like that. It was late leaving Boston to New Orleans and was about to go from New Orleans back to Boston.
Yeah. Because you know who's notorious for fucking up that shit and doing all kinds of weird, goofy stuff with their flights is Southwest. Because I've flown Southwest quite a bit, but not so much recently, but back in the day. And it's like what they'll do with some of their planes is you'll say you fly from Boston to Dallas, but there's a layover in Chicago. So you might get on this plane from Boston and make numbers easy here. There's 100 seats on the plane. 70 people on this flight from Boston to Dallas with the layover are going to Dallas, right?
Yep.
30 people on the plane are going to Chicago. So when the plane lands in Chicago, 30 people get off the plane and then like another 30 people get on to fly from Chicago to Dallas and then everyone goes to Dallas. Like it's like what the fuck is happening? Like cuz
That,
I
that, that happened
Southwest does goofy shit like that all the
when
time.
we flew Southwest to Nashville.
Yeah,
They said, if you're like, hey, we've arrived in Nashville. If you are connecting to Vegas, I'm making shit up.
right.
You can just sit on the plane. We're going right away.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
That's what I mean. That's what Southwest does. They just hop from place to place. It's like it's almost quite literally like a bus in the sky. Like you just fucking get off the bus whenever you need to get off. Like you just pull the thing on the top, hit the yellow strip.
yeah,
That's basically what Southwest is. But I
yeah.
mean, I think
Hopefully,
that's when you can run into some goofy shit. Like that's when you get some weird delays.
yeah. Or I guess to
Because like
if it
once that plane finishes its trip, right? In that example of flying from Boston to Dallas by Chicago, like that plane, once everyone from Boston left over and the couple people from Chicago gets off in Dallas, that one plane might then board
going to
back up and
fucking
fly to Denver.
yeah,
And then from Denver, it might go to like Milwaukee. And it's like, what are we doing?
yeah,
But like that's how you run into the like, oh my God, my entire flight just disappeared and got canceled. It's
yeah.
because there's no rhyme or reason to where the plane and the crew are going. I also found out on our honeymoon trip that pilots fuck everything up all the time because pilots show
They
up
get shoot
late
shit faced.
and they're just degenerates. Pilots are absolute
Yeah,
degenerates. And if they're not, I think I forget I mean, it's been, almost 2 years and it's not something I paid close attention to, but the guy at the booth, I was just shooting the shit with him. And I feel like there's like a 20-minute window, right? So like say the flight's supposed to take off at 7 a.m. If the pilot's not there, like in the building. They just have to be in the building because they have badges, right? So like
yeah.
their badge needs to show that they've badged in and they're in the building. But if they're not in the building by like 7:20, the flight just gets canceled. It's like something along those lines where like
So
pilots are it's like being having a professor in college, right? Like you get 20 minutes after the class starts and then everyone just leaves.
you're right. So I actually forgot. I did get a delay with JetBlue leaving San Francisco because the crew, now I don't know if this was a pilot or just the flight attendants, they were stuck trying to navigate through a pride parade.
Oh Jesus.
So the airline and the airport were in constant communication with these people.
Right.
Where are you? We're here. We're working on it. Like, we're this far away. And they waited it out for the crew
Yeah.
to get there. Now this was JetBlue, and I also think it's probably one of those like goes across. I don't know if 5-6 hours. I don't know if that staff is allowed to work 11 hours straight. I doubt it, but it's probably like get over there, get off, new crew comes on, fly back, but the plane just
Right.
goes back and forth.
Right. 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 Yeah, it's weird, man. There's like a lot of really goofy shit.
Sucks. Sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause then I think it was the same flight. I think I'm just conflating everything because I was just talking to the guy at the fucking desk for a little bit. Um, but I think our flight potentially at that time, they actually had to get a different pilot. Like the original pilot like banged out
He
because
was at
he
the
was
bar.
yeah, he was too fucked up. And they had to call another pilot to like step in and like they needed him to get in. It was a really weird situation. But it's always something with flights, right? Like it's whether it's the fucking crew being too hammered to do their job or fucking security takes forever or
Yeah,
they lose
dude.
your bag. Like it's never ending.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Really sucks.
Yeah. Well, all that being said, you want to wrap this up?
We can wrap this up. And um I'll just keep on the trend. Boy, does it fucking suck to not play golf from mid-November to March and then just be out on the golf course having to fucking do it again.
Yeah.
Like lost
Yeah.
would be a fucking understatement.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but also dreading it at the same time because
Oh,
I
it's like,
have
but so
not
this is the thing
played.
though. It's like I had no. So if you park me at Old Scotty or West Bridgewater or one of what I consider the winter golf courses around here, I roll in, no expectations, 9 holes, walk.
Yep.
I know it's going to be shitty. Like, fine. I didn't have any expectations because I genuinely didn't know. I would like, I've been working fairly significantly with not great feedback. And I've also had some weird shit going on with swinging indoors and measuring such things. Needless to say, I'm just retarded. So, but like 18 holes, shorts and a polo, regular season, green grass. And I'm like, wow, I got to go do this, huh? Haven't seen a ball fly in a long time. Like, fuck. And
Should wear your contacts.
I did. And if that wasn't like hard enough, like not knowing which way the ball is going to curve or which way it's going to start,
Yeah.
then you got to hit these chips. And I'm like, fuck. I
On
go,
is
I
it
have
Bermuda?
it is, but it wasn't super grainy. So it's like that really didn't matter.
Yeah.
It was like, this is like a 25-yard chip. And I go, I don't have any feel for what I'm supposed to do right now. Naturally, just hit it like way short. Then it's like one of like the later holes. It's like 60 yards from the rough, hit it over a bunker. I go, this is not going to go well. Dump it in the bunker. I got to hit a sand shot. I'm like, God
Yeah.
damn, man. Um, really fucking difficult. And I don't know how the fuck we do it. That being said, I still shot like 5 or 6 over. I don't really know. I didn't keep score. Um, my buddy from JP did.
Yeah.
And I
Sick.
don't I don't think he could. I don't know. But I also added it up quick, so I'm like, I don't want to hang around here too long. With one birdie. So that being said, like hit it all over the yard, but fucking found ways to get it
Yeah. Yeah.
to the cup. So I guess I I
Grinding it out.
I guess I guess I'll just have to figure out how to get used to it. Maybe intermittently book some more trips.
Yep. I would say probably stay away from Florida in like, June through September.
September is the cheapest time to go.
It's also the hottest time.
And it's hurricane season.
Yeah. You
There's a
get
reason
100,
why.
100 degrees and hurricanes.
Well, it's the humidity that'll get you.
Yeah. Well, it's a wet heat down there. No, it's not like the dry heat up here or in Arizona.
I will say I was being a dick because so now don't get me wrong, it was like the high a couple days was only 77. I say that only 77 because when you say Florida, you think it's 90 all the time.
Right.
So like, well, there's a pool here. I'm going in. I'm like in the pool, like freezing my ass off. And like I'm sitting in the pool, actually almost like this screen where it's like my head is out of the water, but everything else is under the water because the breeze is actually making me fucking cold. And I'm like, oh, sea breeze, it's cold.
Yeah.
Cold sea breeze in Florida.
Yeah. Oh, doing an ice plunge.
Yeah. But no, it was definitely good to get out there. Now it's like, God damn it, this fucking place sucks. Like it's gonna rain for 3 fucking days.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it rained
Yeah.
all day yesterday. It's supposed to rain all day Wednesday, all day third. Like, what in the fuck
Wednesday,
is
Wednesday's actually, yeah, what is that? That's tomorrow. So tomorrow's actually going to be like 60 degrees, but it's going to rain all day. It's like,
what the fuck is the point of living here?
what's the point of it being 60 degrees in March when it's just going to fucking rain? Like, at least be warm and nice so I can like
No,
maybe golf,
no,
right? Or do
definitely,
something outside.
absolutely not. You cannot have those things.
Yeah. Yeah. But
We'll see. I wonder if I'm welcome for. That's a lot of time, though. I was gonna say, what if I'm welcome for like an extended stay? Once in January, once in February, once in March. Start taking holidays off.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in 3 weeks.
I'd like to. I don't know. See. But I will say I've been like looking for like there's been I don't even know how many winters. Probably like 20 I bet you it was after 2020 because we went and played in Savannah that year.
Yeah.
Like literally directly before the pandemic.
Yeah, we didn't think we were going to be able to get home.
So I would say 21, 22, 23, and 24. I've like wanted to like go down south in fucking like January, February, and I haven't been able to do it
Right.
because of pandemic, the 5 bachelor party, 5 wedding, summer,
Yep.
and then I kind of did it. I played twice in Charleston last year in March. But that was also like late March. I had
Yeah.
already played like 45 holes by then up here.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know, something to look into.
Yeah. Well, my final thought actually is something that I thought of while we were talking earlier about weather and shit, about the wind being different in Florida and
Yeah, the wind is different in Florida.
having hurricanes and the snow's different in the Midwest. So I got to thinking, like as we were talking about that, and as much shit as we talk about, oh, New England, oh, you got seasons. Aren't seasons great? Isn't it fantastic to have seasons? That's fucking stupid, right? Anyone that says they would prefer to have seasons over 77 degrees in January is about the coldest that it gets. Or I know, like, yes, this year in Florida, there were some days that touched the 40s. But in general, right? Like it's
Yeah.
60s, 70s, especially Southern Florida. or even somewhere like San Diego. Like quite
San
literally,
Diego's like fucking 70 year
quite
round.
literally San Diego, you set the thermostat at 76 degrees and it stays there all year round. Like it does not move very far off of 76 degrees in San Diego, whether it's the dead heat or dead summer of July or the dead winter in December. Like it's still 76 degrees and sunny. Like it doesn't matter. Um, so places like that, obviously far superior. However, the thought that I had as we were talking shit was when we were talking about the hurricane. I will say, when it comes to severe weather, right? I think New England probably gets the nod on severe weather because if you give me the opportunity to choose, would I rather deal with a hurricane like in Florida in the southeast, tornadoes in the Midwest, or earthquakes in on the West Coast? I think I'll take the blizzards in the Northeast. Like I think a blizzard is probably the least of all of the severe weather.
It's only because you don't remember traveling by rooftop in 1978.
But even still then, like,
It's
okay,
the
it's just
least
a lot of fucking snow.
a blizzard. So a pure blizzard, like because nor'easters can get a little fucking destructive.
Yeah,
Yeah, a pure blizzard is probably the least destructive type of extreme weather.
right.
In the least altering. Because if it's like, oh, it's gonna be a blizzard, like we're getting 20 inches and it's fucking coming. Like
Yeah.
we've never been right about anything before, but we're gonna be right about this one. You go, okay, I've got my milk, my bread, and my eggs, so I'm good. I'll survive. I won't perish. And then all you're gonna do is sit in your house and just kind of hang tight.
Yeah, that's literally what I was just going to say was if you tell people there's a hurricane coming, they're going to get in their car
Evacuate.
and go somewhere where the hurricane is not.
Right.
If there's a tornado coming, those unfortunately happen pretty quickly and it's like get in the basement, get in the bathtub, get like somewhere safe, right? Like that's a thing. When there's an earthquake that's happening, you gotta like stand in a doorway, kind of same thing, like find somewhere safe to go. When there's a blizzard coming, you sit on the couch and be like, what movie do you want to watch? And maybe like open a bottle of
I
wine.
would say, man, I could drink on a Tuesday.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Hurricanes, legit floods, tornadoes, volcano eruptions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like I said, I think of the severe weather, I'll take New England, actually.
Yep.
I will give them the nod. Tip of the old cap to
Hold on. Hold on though. I wanna logically think about this. Is there a place that is very unlikely to receive any of these things?
um
And where does Virginia stand in this matter? Now, I'm not saying I want to move to Virginia. I know nothing about that state.
right.
But does Virginia get blizzards?
Probably not.
Don't get hurricanes.
No.
Definitely not tornadoes.
No. Yeah, that might be
No earthquakes. No way.
no. I don't know. Virginia
I
might be
don't,
the
I don't
winner.
think they're in a volcano area.
I mean, the more inland you go in Virginia, the more meth there is as you get closer to West Virginia. But,
Oh, does West Virginia even have weather?
they just have meth. There's no
So
weather.
so that's why, like, okay, so if you so because my only thing was if you have to have extreme weather, then yes, blizzard.
Right.
But I don't know if you have to have extreme weather.
Right. No, that's
There
fair.
could there could be places.
Yeah. Because I was thinking too, even Texas has like thunderstorms and hailstorms. I don't know. I've told the story before, like when we went to Houston for the World Championships, the woman at the front desk of the hotel thought me, Derek, and Bill were fucking crazy for wanting to go out somewhere because there was a thunderstorm coming, and we were like, "Yeah, we fucking yeah, we have weather too in New England. Like we get thunderstorms all the time." And then we were like, we made it out and got back. And then we saw like the actual thunderstorm. We were like, Jesus fucking Christ. Everything in Texas is way fucking bigger.
Texas is also weird because it's like they get like every few years they have like issues with ice and freezing
Yeah.
and everything
Yeah.
exploding, and
Right. Right.
it's like, oh, we're in Texas, we don't need to winterproof this. It's like every few years you get fucked by winter.
Right. Right. Yes. Maybe spend the extra couple bucks to, winterize your shit.
Maybe build a garage, insulate your pipes,
Yeah.
like take some very very simple fucking precautions.
Yeah. Leave your hot water on to drip at night. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of,
Insulation on not
yeah.
only on the house too.
Right. Right.
Cover up those cracks and seams. Do some modern day duct work. I don't know.
So, well, there you have it. That's going to do it for us. So, thanks for watching on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button up top, hit the thumbs up down below. Subscribe also if you're an audio only guy. If you happen to use Spotify or iTunes, leave us a review and 5 stars over there. It'd be greatly appreciated. You can get us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod, Twitter is Sarcasm_speaks, Facebook is Sarcasm Speaks, website sarcasmspeaks.com. Go to the merch store, buy some merch, and then check out the show notes below and follow all those links and discount codes and support those sponsors down there. They're awesome. So until next time, good night, everybody.